Good day, everybody. Welcome in this morning. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you so much for another day, another opportunity, and thank you for your grace and your mercy upon me. Thank you for all your blessings, and I just feel just so thankful and grateful to be here and share what I'm doing with other people. I just pray that you give me wisdom and discernment as I go into the markets and ask these things in the name of Yeshua, Jesus Christ. Amen. Okay. Let's check the news. Look at the daily chart. See what's happened in the past couple days. Just clear these charts off. All right. So we had this big rally at the start of the week. Then yesterday we had a huge pullback. It was a lot bigger than expected. And I got caught going long in this pullback here, which was oh, that wick didn't, I barely counted, but that was like 50 pips of pullback yesterday. And then here we are, just sitting right in the middle of that area, that zone. So that will probably offer up trades on both sides, both long and short this morning, until we hit that first news and see if that news brings direction into the market. So let's drop down a little bit. During the London session, it was just a lot of sideways movement. There was no direction. I think it's because the market's waiting for the half-hour mark to see what happens on the news. So I'm going to just start actually getting in here on the buy side. Go down to the 1 minute chart. Got a pullback. I'm going to start putting some levels in. First, I'm just going to check on my audio levels, make sure I'm not talking to nobody. Got a level right in here. That'll be a good second level. And definitely on all these tops be another good level to go long right in here. And then probably somewhere in this mid-range of that consolidation in here. Just somewhere in the middle here, maybe on a couple of these lows. And then definitely the bottom, that consolidation. So 1, 2, 3, 4 big layers. My stop losses are way down here. That's a good spot behind that last pivot. So that's perfect. And we probably won't move too far between now and the news. So hopefully just be trading in here, make a little profits, and then see what happens at the news in 25 minutes. Oh yeah, we're starting out at $9,890 this morning. Made a little bit of money last night trading, so I'm up a little bit from where we left off yesterday. Trying to get the account balance back up into the 10K mark. Hopefully you can do that. Well, I mean, I don't know when. I'm not gonna. One of my personal rules is not to set any expectation of outcome. It would be nice if I could get this account back to the 10K mark before the end of the week, but I don't know what the market's going to offer up. We'll have to see what happens today. I think if we get some solid news, it's going to be good volatility, which will give lots of trade opportunities this morning. It is a red folder. It's high impact news, so it's probably going to be pretty good. And even though I was on the wrong side of things yesterday, the volatility was still good. And that's why I was able to still come out on top, even though I was going long on that huge short run. So yesterday, you can go look at the recording if you want. I was long on this run, which was oh, was it really that long? 72 pips? Okay, well, that's why I was struggling. I thought I'd measured it at 50. Oh, no, because it went further. Because I finished up in here. So it was about a 50 pip pullback where I finished trading with you guys yesterday, which was around here. Nope. Here? Yeah, right around here. Then there's a little bit of news that took it down even further. So yeah, just kind of a wild day, but there was good volatility. And so even though I was long on this bear market, there's just enough movement that I could just keep working through my positions and ended up on top. So that's really good. Like if this happens in the summer when there's not much volatility, I'm going to hit stop losses on a run like that. But yesterday was good. So as long as I don't have to fight another run like that, I'm going to make some money this morning. And I'm gonna play both sides of the market for the next few minutes, see if I can squeeze a little bit more out of it. So I'm gonna put a short in here. I'm gonna mark some levels for the short side as well here. Here. Breaking out to make new highs. So I'm gonna wait a couple bars for it to run, and then I'll add some more shorts. This is the second bar in the breakout. Just barely missed. I probably could have got squeezed a trade layer in. Yep, I could have. It was super tight though. Let's see if this bar is closing right on top of these highs. So we'll see if it bounces back up. Might get another opportunity to go short. Finger on the trigger. 2. going to put in a full layer of 4 right here, just because this might extend itself out further now. So I'm just going to be careful and slow to add. But I want to find that next 1 minute consolidation phase and take advantage of that. Being that next level that I had marked out, looks like it should be right at the 1715, the halfway mark right there. I'm going to try that spot. 1, 2, 3. And if I can land any profits in here, I'm going to start taking the losses off this side. Got some slowing momentum on the 1 minute chart. These candles are starting to create some wicks and it's losing its speed. So it could see a turn come in. Looks like we got an apex candle coming in here on the 1 minute chart. At the moment, right in here. So I don't know if that's going to be the turn candle, but at the moment that is the turn for this to head back down. So we'll see if that ends up being the apex candle. And a body close back up above, so that's not going to be a good spot for a turn. Although it still is rounding over on the top, it may still end up being a turn. It's trying to make the turn there again. And we do have a really small consolidation phase happening, and here it's going to be really hard for me to squeeze the trades out of here, and I don't really have the capital to really attempt it because I really need to save it in case it runs up a lot further. But this is the consolidation phase that I'm not able to capitalize on at the moment. Just 2 pips. There's barely 2 pips in here. Let me try. Yeah, see, I can't quite make it happen inside there. My targets are just outside of those lows. And I really shouldn't be adding to that position, so just gonna have to wait. And news in 7 minutes. Hoping for the next few minutes to get some good up and down in here, because I don't really want to hold this much position size into the news, so I'll try and shave off the risk over the next few minutes if I can. But in the worst case scenario, I have my stop losses just in case. They are set at 35 pips. I do not want those to hit, but they are there just in case. Five minutes. minutes. Just getting a couple little profits there. If I can just get a little bit more, I'm going to shave off some of that risk. There we go. So take off this trade for a loss. $2 minutes and 30 seconds. Just under 2 minutes left. And 1 minute 30 to the news. Come on, just hit that layer. If I can just get that layer off, I'll feel a little bit better. So close. Come on. 1 minute to the news. Just tap that layer, please. If you talk nice to it, does it work? Thirty seconds. And I'm going to zoom out a little bit here on the 5 minute chart so I can see how fast this market really starts to move, if it moves. 8 seconds. 7, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You gotta take off those losses. Nice. Gonna go long. Just made, I think, a couple dollars there. Final GDP is 4.4%. Unemployment claims is 200K. So nothing really, nothing crazy here. Nothing to shift the market too much from my perspective. But it should still get some good up and down market movement in here. Surprisingly, that was a slower news event. Just got a target. I'm going to go long again. Just bouncing off that line, that target. And oh, there we go. Good. Another target in. Just about a minute long as well. So how big was that down leg? That down leg was about 12 pips. So we could see this whole area turn into a consolidation zone. If we get back up to the highs, I'll probably short again. Or if we drop down like that, I'll buy. Just like that. There we go. I'm definitely leaning towards the long side still. So if I short, I'm going to be a little bit more careful. But at the moment, I'm still feeling pretty good to take both sides. Got my finger on the trigger. Just waiting for another good pullback. Right in there. And I'm going to just clear off the chart again and just remark levels so that because I've got all new data that have come in, has come in. So let's just clean the chart off. And just start marking some new levels again. That's going to be a good spot there. This right under these bodies and these bodies over here. And then down here. And if we break that, we'll hold, just let the market float and then reassess at that point. And that is the beauty of just going in with partial positions and going in lightly, as I can just ease my way in and reassess as real-time data comes in, gives us new data points to work with, and then manage the risk in real time. And when you're trading relatively light, it's so much easier to control your emotions and you're not swayed as easily, you're not as easily excitable, and so it's always good to trade light. Um, of course, that's kind of relative because if there's like a super solid trade, there's some people that like to place more risk on their A plus setups, and so that's also a way you can do things. I generally will size up a little in really high probability zones. And then some people keep their risk exactly the same all the time. And that's also a really great way to do it as well. Whatever you do, you just want to do it consistently. Consistency is key. And it's so hard to become good at that. At least it was for me. And it still is. I'm still working on my consistency. I'm just looking to get a little bit better each day. Nice. Just hitting on a target. And that target is right on that last pivot high. So it would have been better if I had that target inside that high. I'm gonna pull it down just a little. See if we can. I just don't want it to have to break there. Okay, got it. Nice. Another target. All right, up about $6 so far. If this has a good run up, I'll short it. Up into these highs. Yeah, I'll short that. There we go. I'm gonna just take that off for a quick one, scalp, and I'm gonna go long again. That was a super quick maneuver, but occasionally when the market pulls back immediately when I take the trade, I usually take whatever I get because sometimes like it won't go that full 2 pips. And so that was just a super quick move, little scalp move. Nice. That was awesome. Back to back to back. So on that quick short scalp, I got 70 cents rather than the full dollar, but I'm happy with that. We made like back to back trades in less than a minute. Solid. And we are at, well, we're almost at 98. We're going to cross that 900 mark soon. A few more trades. That's what I want. But I have no expectation. No expectation of outcome whatsoever. Just get what you get. I'm going to go long right in here because it's sitting right on these levels I didn't draw in yet. But this is just what I'm seeing right in real time. So we've got this level right in here, that halfway mark. So there's a good opportunity for the market to bounce here. If not, that's okay. We'll just take more trades down here. I'm still leaning towards the long side. Looks like it's going to cross through that halfway mark. So it should try these lows in here, or maybe this level down here. So now I'm looking at these lows. So I'll take a trade in here, and then I'll also take a trade down on these lows. So two different levels to trade at. And so I will spread out my layer position size over these two little spots. So just literally just one trade here, and then one trade down on the red line here. One more little push down, and I can get in to another long. Not making it. And it's trying to make a turn. Ah, darn. Just missed that. I can't think like that. Doesn't matter. Does not matter if you miss a trade. Sometimes I think to myself, when I miss one, it's like I'm screwing up my session. Dude, there's gonna be like 100 more opportunities. Okay, now that we've got new data point over here, now we'll go long on that spot because it stopped there once again now. So now I'm gonna just shimmy this up like this. And I'll place another trade in here if we can get down. I'm gonna assume it's gonna make a new high, so I'm gonna go here. There. And that trade target is just inside the 1 minute highs as well. So that's good. But I gotta be careful I don't oversize too much before we get down to these levels. So I'll just have to hold now. Down to this point over here. there, just because that's a bigger candle. Nice. Just hitting some targets. And we are 60 cents away from the 900 mark. So if I can just land one more, be over the 900 mark. head down. Can't quite decide whether it wants to break up or head back down here. Got a really tight consolidation on the 1 minute chart. It's built in here, right there. And right here. Tried to break down and popped right back up. That's a good sign that it's going to try the top side now. The rejection to the downside of the consolidation often leads to a break on the top side. So let's see if we get the break. That's a tight little spot. Wonder how it's getting stuck there. Oh, we got 4 more minutes to the top of the hour. And then, so for me, I trade the Tokyo sessions as well, which will be tonight. And something to take note of is the Bank of Japan policy rate, and the monetary policy statement is tentatively coming out tonight. And those reports, they're not always consistent on when they come out, but usually for me it's like 10:30 Eastern, and watch for the market to move heavily. So they're not giving us the exact time here, but from my experience, between 10 and 10:30 Eastern on the yen, the Bank of Japan. So be aware of that. I'm definitely going to trade that tonight. Yeah, when the Bank of Japan starts talking about their monetary policy statements, that market starts moving. And coming up to the top of the hour, it should break out from here. We've got stuck for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, like 9, 10 minutes now. I've been stuck in that tiny range, so this should break now. And I'm gonna just remove a take profit on one of those because I have a feeling we might get a bigger leg coming into the market. So I'm just gonna hold one. Okay, there's the break. And there's the profits on the, well, it would have been on both of them, but I'm gonna hold this one trade. That's how that was like a super last second maneuver. I'm gonna hold this one. So this is a break even free trade now. And we got profit on the other trade, putting us over 900, 9,900. And now I've got a free trade sitting there with the potential for it to take a leg up. Or maybe it just comes back down. But I'm going to take another trade here. Long. See if we go and try and break these highs. The target is just inside that high up from back there, so it's a good spot. Strong close in the 1 minute bar. Stalled out there. It's like it's going to hit that stop loss for a break even. It's just sitting right on that level. Oh wow, bounce right back up. Bounce right off of that level. So here on the 1 minute chart, we've got this low here, and then we've got this low that came in here, and then just built a new low right in there. Swing low. So we've got higher lows pressing into these highs. So there's a really strong chance that we'll see a break to the upside. At least give it a try. It should try and break in the next few minutes. So the market's coming into those highs right now. It's pressing into it. Oh, it is really teasing the break. I'm gonna just shrink my take profit down just a tiny bit. I'm gonna just play this tiny little range. So I've got a 1 pip take profit now. It should keep pressing into these highs. So I want to see if I can capitalize just on the tiny movements in here. So I got my finger on the trigger. And you have to make sure you're not overextending yourself when you do this, but I'm trading relatively light, so I can afford a couple little trades inside this wedge. So on any push down, I'm gonna click the buy button again. Okay, here's a push down. And then see my new target is below these highs now on the 1 minute chart. Now the target is under here. So we're just trading a super tiny little range, but it's also a really high probability range. So I'll take another one or two down here if the market wants to drop down again. Finger on the trigger. And oh, it's just getting, it's flickering a whole bunch. That's good. That means we're likely going to see a bigger move now. This candle's flickering. I'm going to add one more right here. And just see if I can catch any of this tiny little up and down inside this range. Gotta hold in case it drops down, because it might. Yeah, it's popping back up. Get super close to taking profit again. Back-to-back profits right there. And the market looks like it's going to try and break. I'm going to take profit off right before it hits. Because I just feel so strongly it's going to go now. Here we go, is the attempt. And I'm going to secure that trade also. So that's now a free trade. If it wants to come back down, it can do that. I'm going to move this trade up under that pivot. So these are all free. The market shoots back down, I don't lose anything. But if it keeps going, I'm going to make exponentially more on these trades. Super last second decision. And that candle is closing in the break. So it's a confirmed breakout. And now we've got 2 running trades, which is awesome. So if this actually follows through, I'll show you how I manage these trades on a run. What happens is if I catch the break on the 5-minute candles, I will start to trail my stop losses up behind the 5-minute candles. But we'll see if this can follow through or not. Just going to zoom out and take a bigger look here where we're at. Oh yeah, it's on the 15-minute chart. We're in all this new area. So there's a good chance this market's going to try and make itself back up into these highs back over here. It's a good chance it will. Oh, it just dropped back down and stopped one of our trades out. Okay, so I'm going to leave that one on there still, and I'm going to go and buy again. I'm going to put this back up to 2 pips. False break. Oh, wow. Yeah, it just came right back in. I'm gonna add a buy in here. Darn, that's annoying. Thought for sure we had a running setup there, but we still have this trend behind us. So anywhere back in here, and I'll add to that buy position again. The market is turning back up, and I'm gonna leave all of those take profits on now just because it tried to make the break and then it didn't. So it could just be a consolidation or a grind up. And so I just want to take profits on just like we were doing before. I'm not expecting the run anymore, but I'm still behind the upward pressure here. I guess the market doesn't want to make its move until the 10 o'clock news, which is the core PC price index that will likely pick the direction for the session. Just because it hasn't done it yet, the previous news didn't get it started. So there's a good chance we'll see follow through from the news on the next hour. But for now, it seems like maybe just consolidation again, which is totally fine. And I'm going to clean the chart up again. There we go. And just wait and see if we can hit some more targets. I've got a feeling that this market is going to just continue to wedge for the next hour into here. There's a target. But I can see this just wedging for the next 45 minutes. I mean, it might break out and continue before, but I think it's going to pinch and consolidate right until the news. And maybe even, maybe be a bigger wedge, maybe something like this. It's dropping down. I'll just buy it again. And this is another really good spot for some up movement right on this trend line. So it pushes down again. I'll get into another one. Just got my finger on the trigger. Okay, any push down, any little push down, I'll buy it again, just as we get into that trend line. Okay, there's starting to push down again. There's the push. I'm going to buy into that. I'm going to buy a couple right on that trend line right there. And then we've got this high back over here. It'll probably offer some correlation to this trend. But I'm going to be careful in case the market just decides to break down, because it might do that as well. There we go, some profit. And it's going to try and push down again. If it does, buy into it again. And there's another profit target. That trend line is definitely offering some support. I'm going to try and squeeze a little bit more. There's another profit target. And on the pullbacks, I'm going to just put these little 1 pip targets in here. Right there. Just as that 1 minute candle's making that turn back up. And right here. Now I gotta be super careful in case this thing just drops off, which it might. So I gotta hold off now. Put those back up. You can see that wick coming in on that. I'm just gonna hold one of these trades at the bottom for the break to the top side. So I'm just going to take the take profit off of one of them. Because I do want to hold a position if it's going to break the top of this wedge. I would like to carry one of my trades through that. But as soon as I get an opportunity to secure that one trade position, I will secure it in case it decides to pop down. I don't want that little trade to turn into a loser. There we go, some profit. I'm going to just put that take profit down again. In case I get another opportunity, I'm going to squeeze another one in there. Right here on that push down. There's another profit target again, nice and quick. And see, that was what I'm looking to do with these little tiny scalps, is just on those down pushes. I'm going to get those little 1 pip targets in, and it's going to try and come back up to these highs in here, which it should take those out and hit that profit target. But on the down pushes, I'm going to keep adding those little 1 pip buys, little scalps. Those things add up over time. There's another profit target at 9,904. And here's that trade. I'm going to secure that position. Just under that candle. And if it stops out, that's fine. No problem, no harm, no foul. Any down push, I'm going to add these 1 pip right here. There we go. And I'll do it again on another push down. Another profit target just in a few seconds. I'll just keep my finger on the trigger and we'll do it again as soon as it drops down. Those little tiny little scalps, they add up. You just need to be super careful that you don't start oversizing on those. That is the dangerous part about doing those. Okay, we should try these highs one more. Right there. We'll buy. 2 buys. Tap what that hit that stop loss for a profit, and I'll buy it on another dip. There. Another dip. I'm gonna buy that. Just one more push. I think it's gonna come back down to the bottom of this trend line again. I'm gonna buy. And I'm expecting it to come all the way back down to here. I'm gonna put these back up to 2 pips. Profit. And a turn on the 1 minute chart. Okay. Gotta drop that back down to 1 pip again and just keep recycling these little 1 pip targets in here. Any pushback down, I'll buy it again. I just want to recycle as much as I possibly can through this consolidation zone. And the more it continues to wedge up, the higher the probability is that it will break to the upside. So I'm going to just take one off, take profit off there. And I'll buy again at the bottom if it pushes down. I'd like it to go down to the bottom again, and I'll try and hold the position from the bottom. Buy. I might take one of these at a break even. Oh, okay, never mind. Profit. And I'm going to secure that bottom trade. And I'm also going to secure that top trade just like that. Oh, there we go. It's trying to break out now. So I definitely want to secure behind that red, under that red line. Oh, it looks like now it just wants to take off. Nice, and I've got 2 runners. Yeah, it was really good trading. Made nice little profits throughout that consolidation. And I want both of these trades to get knocked out if the price comes smashing back down. Both of them, they're secured in the same spot. So now we wait, see if it wants to run from here. I was really expecting it to consolidate for another 20 minutes, but I guess the market didn't want to. Yeah, there goes that second candle in the breakout, and it is climbing. And I'm in a free position. I've got nothing to lose and everything to gain here. It's always good to be super grateful for every little profit. Second bar in the breakout closed strong. Heading into our third bar of breakout. I'm going to look and see if there's a spot that it should stop. So these highs back over here, this is the 15-minute chart now. I'm zoomed, I'm pulling back to have a look at the bigger picture. And it's just really rounding this big bottom all through the night and into this session. We're heading back up. So I got a feeling we should at least go and hit these highs today. Go and try these highs. How we get there, I don't know. But I'm going to buy on the dips. And I want to get these back up to 2 pips. And I want to buy this breakout 2 pips. So I'm going to get start here. Oh, I just missed it. One more push down. There we go. Okay, see my target is below the highs. That's good. Okay, if it pushes back down just a little bit further, I can get into another position. Need to come back down just a little bit more. And I've got my finger on the trigger for when it does. I need this to get beyond a -1. It needs to be like -1.5 or somewhere down on this support line. Okay, just dropping back down again. And just squeeze in another buy. And we might see this turn into a little consolidation phase here on this candle. Gonna buy that one. Oh, wait. Only on the pushes down. Just need another push and I'll layer in. There we go. So now I just got to hold. I don't want to oversize in case this market just comes all the way back down and smashes through those stop losses, which will be profits. And then I'm just going to have to reset because I'm probably going to have to fix all these positions if this comes all the way back down into here. Okay, just coming into a profit zone right now. Let's see if it will take those out. If it does, I'm actually just gonna trim off the risk on that top one. Well, actually, we'll see how this works here. This actually is a really good spot for 1 minute chart turn. Okay, there's profit. It's right on the turn. I think there's just a high chance this will get back up here. And if it drops back down, I'll just do it again. So I've got my finger on the trigger. And it is turning back up. Gonna just take out the... Oh, wait. Yeah, I'm just gonna take that one out. Just to mitigate that risk. So I'm not so sure this is going to keep heading up. I'm really not sure. So I just wanted to take off a little bit of risk. I'm gonna move one trade target up higher because I took that that one trade off for a little loss. That just averages everything out. So if it does decide to go higher, oh, the volatility is stepping up right here. I'm gonna take that one trade off. And that for profit as well. And I'm just gonna let these other ones sit. And I'm not gonna add any more risk between now and the news. as that news shows up. That's just how I'll finish the session out. I just wanted to be finished on this hour. So I'll let this play out for the next 10 minutes. It's going to be really hard if this is going to go up and down. You can see that the participants are really coming into the market now. So that news, the core PCE price is probably going to be a big mover today. Just by just seeing how these candles are all moving right now, there's a lot of people coming into the market. I'm sitting in a good spot right now. I'm going to just shimmy those stop losses down a little, just to give me a little bit more breathing room. Just because the spreads are gonna probably jump quite a bit, and it might take me out, but I just want to see if I can hold on to it as much as possible, and I want it to be a free trade, a free setup. So I'm gonna put my 1 pip take profit back on. I can't not take advantage of this. I've got to get some trades in here, but I'm still also going to finish this live up on the top of the hour. Yeah, see, look at all the movement. That's really good movement coming in. So I'm going to put a trade in here. And any push down, I'm going to do it again. Just, it's super good movement, good volatility. Okay, any push down again. I'm going to try and be in and out and in and out before the news. Is my goal. So I'm just going to be doing like micro wobbles in here. So any profit on the high side, I'll just take it. And any dips I'm going to buy. I'll buy that. I'll buy that. Buy that. And then if I get some profit, I'm going to take some off the top side. I'll take a loss. Oh, okay. There we go. Nice. Get ready to do it again on the dips. That was awesome. Super quick maneuver. That is what I like to see. Good volatility. Okay, there's a dip. I'm going to buy. I'm just keeping my eye close on the time here. There we go. Another profit. Nice. Waiting for a dip. Come on, dip down again. Dip down, dip down. There's a dip. Oh, just wasn't exactly what I was looking for. Let me just take that profit because I don't want it now. Here's what I'm seeing right now as I'm speaking. I don't want the market to have to break these highs to get my profit. So I'm going to be trying to take profits super quick in under these highs. And we got 5 minutes and 30 seconds to the news. It may want to break, and that's totally fine. I've got trades down here that are free. Those can ride. Okay, well, that market's starting to head back up to those highs. And I'm in such a good spot right now with my trade positioning. Okay, there's a dip. I'm going to take a buy. Got 3 minutes and 50 seconds. The market should move a lot in these next 3 minutes. Just waiting for it to dip again. Two minutes and 50 seconds. Okay, market is dipping, and we've got 2 minutes and 5 seconds. 2 minutes right now on the dot. I'm gonna take another buy. Another buy. And now if it pops into some profit, I'll take a loss off the top again. Just getting ready to buy any dip. Minute 10, I have to be really careful now. Okay, last one. 1 minute. Now I'm going to take one profit target off of that bottom one. Just in case this smashes down and hits all those stop losses, it will take those trades out. It'll be profit, but I want something still on in case the market runs up. So here we go. 15 seconds. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Still pending. Gonna take off a little loss off the top. Oh, okay. Well, just a bit of a dud on that news. So any little up movement I can get, I'm just going to, there we go. I'm just going to get out of these positions. Oh, perfect. Profits. All right. So I'm going to call that good for the day. And we'll look at the balance. We're at 9,907.25. Just going to get the calculator out. So 9,907.25. And then the starting balance minus the starting balance was 98.91. 98.91.03. So that's $16. Divide that by the 98.91.03 times 100 equals 0.16%.